everybody. Still here, this is Shar, and you're listening to the Dockyard Warehouse radio show directly from Amsterdam during ADE week. And I have with me a Drift.
A Drift, that's right.
Hi.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Also, real name, please?
My real name is JORAN van Pol, which is my previous artist name that I used to play under. But I've just recently switched to the new project.
So, okay, tell me something about this. What's happening here? Is it a crisis or is it an inspiration?
I think both coincide. I've been DJing for I don't know how many years. I've put out records on Minus from Richie Hawtin.
Yes.
And at some point I felt like, okay, I've been doing this for a while and I need something new, something fresh. So that's when I started exploring, and then at some point thought I also need to give this a new name, because continuing on the same name, it doesn't mark it as enough as something new. So then I was like, okay, what should the name be? And it was basically at the end of a long period of exploration and trying things. And then I was like, okay, what's another word for sort of that search? And then I was like, oh, it's Adrift. So that's how I ended up with the name. Yeah.
So what does an artist like you do to be inspired?
Well, basically, inspiration can stem from a lot of things, but I think experiencing new things. So going to museums, going to a movie I would not typically watch, or like anything new that sparkles me in nature, whatever, as long as it's new to me, then I can get inspiration out of that.
So you find kind of yourself out of your comfort zone?
Yes, that's where it usually happens. Yeah.
Great. So what's your current situation? What are you doing? Are you producing, and how do you see yourself in the next few years?
So I'm producing a lot. As a Drift, I also only play live. So before I used to DJ, now it's just playing live without a computer, just hardware, jamming. And I really feel that risk works so well. It really puts me on edge, and I think people also like it when you turn a knob on the synthesizer and they hear the sound change and they realize, oh, this is being done on the spot. It's not just playing. So that's the focus for now. Yeah. And
what's your view on the techno scene? What's happening?
Well, I think actually techno is in a fairly healthy place, and I don't think a lot of people would agree with me with the whole hard techno thing. I think hard techno is just a wave. Like, we've had the minimal wave, and we've had so many waves. I think the hard techno will go on to be their own niche, and that will give room for a lot of maybe more minimalistic techno, maybe more groovy techno. So I think that's where we're gonna head at, and I think it's overall in a very healthy place, I would say. Yeah.
Super. My last question is, based on also what you do, and touring, performing, what is an advice that you can give to super young, curious minds that want to eventually become producers and DJs and performing artists?
Well, I think the number one tip is to just get started, and to just start doing stuff, start figuring out music software, start DJing, start whatever. And I think it's also important that you stick to what you like and you feel you should represent, because it's very easy to look at what's popular and say, no, so that's what I'm gonna do. But the others are already doing that, so there's no more space for you. So do something that you feel is the authentic you, is your story, is whatever you want to do, and pursue that. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
How can we find you?
On Instagram, it's at JORAN van Pol still, and on TikTok, it's @Drift_JORAN van Pol.
Perfect. Thank you so much. everybody, welcome. This is Ibiza Sonica and you're listening to the Dockyard Warehouse Festival radio show directly on site from Amsterdam here. And I am today with one of the founders, Cohen. Hi.
Yes, hi.
And also one of the bookers of the Booker, Rick.
Hello, how you doing?
I am really good, guys. Welcome. And I'm really excited to be here because we're celebrating 10 years of this incredible festival.
Yes, it's really amazing to be here with you and to celebrate together with you. And we're really excited to get the show going. Yeah.
So I created a little map just for this interview. We go from the past to the present, down to the future, because I know that this is, right now, we are creating the future of techno.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
So give me some juicy stories about this past, how it started and how it was this past decade.
Yeah, I think it started 10 years ago. Obviously, we were looking for ADE locations, and there were no big locations available in Amsterdam because all the big promoters already had all the locations set. And I thought, why we're not just gonna throw a festival? Because I think Amsterdam is a festival city. There's a lot of festivals in Holland, so we have a lot of infrastructure for that. And I thought, let's try. So we applied for a license for 10,000 people, and we tried to find a partner. We were already organizing Mr. Garden Festival that's always in the springtime, and nobody believed in it. Everybody said, a festival in October in Amsterdam, you're crazy because you're gonna go broke. So I said, okay.
Thank you for believing in us.
Okay, but I thought, maybe not. Maybe it's not a good idea. So we scaled the license down to 5,000 capacity, and me and my wife, we did it together with no partners.
And you went sold out.
5 weeks in advance we were sold out. Everybody was looking for tickets, and we thought this is amazing. So the next year we applied for a license for 12,500 people, and also sold out weeks in advance. So then everybody in Amsterdam thought, oh, okay, daytime, we need to do daytime shows. So I think everybody's doing daytime shows now, but there are some festivals also now in the Amsterdam region, and we're doing even 2 festival locations today because we have a half a park show with 20,000 people, and we're doing it here with I think a little under 10,000 people. So I think the market is liking daytime events.
Yeah, this is actually another question that I have. But how long have you been in the team for?
I've actually been with them from the beginning. So this was a very organic thing. We met in Barcelona. We were actually in Sonar because I used to do some events there. And we one day sat on in a daytime event on the pools. It was a Fact Music Pool series at the time. And I met Koen's wife, Tanya, was also heavily involved. And we were like, we have this new project we're thinking of doing. Maybe we can work together and think of some ideas, artists. And I was like, let's do it. And here we are 10 years later.
One of the ones that believed in you at the beginning.
Of course.
I think with Rick we had like an amazing connection.
An instant love. Love at first sight.
I think sometimes you just know with some people that it's right, and when it's right, it's right. And he's just been an amazing advisor also to help us book these bigger names, because we used to book like a little bit smaller artists, and then of course ADE is so competitive. We've been working with a lot of hosts who said, we're gonna bring this big lineup, but Amsterdam is such a difficult territory to book artists in. So he's been a really big help in advising us and helping us and guide us how to book these bigger names.
Well, also, your background is also Pachao and etc.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been in this industry, hate to say it, but maybe close to 20 years.
Kind of helps.
Yeah.
People.
It all started at Ministry of Sound, and I did some stuff in Barcelona with Fact and a few other bits in between, and now I'm also in Ibiza with Pacha and the 5 group. But this has been not always easy with the bookings, because at first, the newcomers, the small guys, like, who are these people? It's a lot of work at the beginning, but now after 10 years, I think we finally found our crowd, our our musical direction. And of course we have different stages. We do 2 festivals. It's a total of 10 stages we're doing today. So across both festivals, it's generally a techno festival, but of course we also bring in more melodic stuff. We got a house, like it's a varied and diverse music crowd that we attract.
But also especially because it has been running for such a long time. You have people that have been coming since the first time, then you want to give them like differentiate. Also the music is changing all the time, right? The music scene is always
of course music is always evolving, ever evolving, as we know. Our crowd is very loyal. We know them well. We always do things to ask them. We do we do questionnaires. What artist did you like? Who would you like to see in the future? So we do listen a lot to our crowd, and we try to keep in touch as closely as possible with them, and that's why we have a loyal following, not just with Mr. Garden, but Dockyard as well, which is during ADE, but also across the year with other events that we do. And we definitely love our fans and the people who come. And
do you still feel that anxiety, the butterflies before each event, even after 10 years?
Yeah,
Koen doesn't. Koen's like a
not even the first year. They were like done.
No, I think to be honest, organizing an event is always special. I think with the team that we have, I'm not nervous anymore. But especially when you walking on the terrain, when the visitors coming in, and feeling the energy of the crowd, I didn't realize how important it was until COVID hit. I don't want to make it into a negative story, but then I really realized that this is what I'm living for. You know, the energy of the crowd when the last hours when the bass is hitting in and you see the people with their hands up. I think there's no better feeling than that. So you're gonna get butterflies from that. Yeah,
because for the people, after all, that's a good reminder. We're doing it for you, to dance, for the community, to celebrate life, right?
And the reality is that we all came from the dance floor. So
there we go.
We do this for one reason mainly, because we love it, and that's why.
This is the only way.
That's why the team has been together. Like the core team, majority of the team have been together for many years. You know, we've been a solid force, like keep on going, and we do it. We always get excited. I think the nerves kind of more at the beginning of the years. Now it's just like, let's do this again and let's do it properly, let's improve things, and here we go, execute.
So usually dance floor is associated by nighttime, and I would like to know this daytime, decision and concept, which I think is so amazing, especially because it is inclusive. You can also, in a few festivals, you can bring kids. It's family driven, and I see here a lot of couples moving around. What's behind that?
Sorry, I don't really...
Like the daytime, yeah.
So we were actually, at the time, the AD was mainly night events, and there was no big festival in the daytime, so it was a risk for us to do it. But once we did it the first year, it was actually, sun came out, so we realized this is something special, and we kept with the daytime theme, because most events are at night. We do it day, and we're going to keep doing it like that. For doing it at least, for sure.
I think if you do a night show, I also love going to clubs, but once you turn a little bit older, you also it's costing you an extra day. So I think a lot of people want to party during the daytime, also because it's easier to transport, public transport and everything. So I think it works for a lot of people. And of course there will always be people who prefer clubs, and I think some artists you need to see in a club. But yeah, a festival setting, you can also make it a little bit intimate and give this club feeling. So I think you need both, I think.
So what's the decision between creating the sister, the fairy tale sister, which I love, and I also know that your daughter loves?
To be honest, Mr. Garden was our first event, so Dockyard came after that. I think I just like to do events that gives like a story behind it, and give more decoration also, and not focus only on the big DJ name, but also on the full experience. This is why we came up with Mr. Garden, and we have like some editions in like really beautiful locations. In Sloter Park is in June, but we also have a winter edition in March coming up, and where you can really create this fairy tale with like decorations in the trees and like the fairy tale lights. You can wander around in the forest And I think that makes Mystic Garden really unique. Yeah.
So everybody's welcome. We want everyone dancing. I saw an interview that you did. Is that still? Do you still dance?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're already planning on where we're going.
Where are we after?
Since this is done.
I don't wanna give too much details, but there've been some parties after our show which got out of hand a little bit.
All in a good way. All in a good way.
In a good way. But that's why the crew we decided to bring one of the shuttle buses that transports people from the station to the festival site. So we hire one for a few hours longer. So everybody who wants to go, they go in the bus and we just drive to a party, and then we party there till 4 or 5, and then everybody the next day has to break down the festival. So
because people party in the daytime here, the festival goers come. It's their party. We organize it, but afterwards it's our turn.
Of course. So we went through the past and then now what it is, and where are we going? So the future of techno beyond prejudice. What's happening?
I think to be honest, we will just be doing what we're doing. The foundation is techno. That's important to us, but we always look for the boundaries within the techno.
Yes.
So it can be a little bit more housey, it can be more trancey, it can be hard techno a little bit. I think we have a really diverse audience. If you look around here, you see young people, you see old people. I think Mystic Garden and Dockyard has one of the most diverse audience. Some festivals really have one specific type of person, but we program it a little bit wider, and you will see that people still walk from stage to stage and enjoy all the sounds that are there. But the foundation is techno, but yeah, we explore it within those limits.
Yeah, and from a musical point of view, we always like to see what's hot, what's coming, and try to be one step ahead, and sometimes try different things that are probably a bit risky, but you know, we really listen to music all the time. We really see what the new people want. The scene is ever evolving, so are we. You know, we're not sticking to one genre. We luckily have a few stages to program. We support the local talent, so we have a very strong emphasis on giving the sets to DJs who are from Amsterdam or from around that wouldn't normally necessarily get the chance. So normally the first couple of sets we always give to the locals, because that also allows new people to become part of the family.
Of course. Last question. You told me about a couple of pop-ups, and are you going abroad? Are you bringing this festival somewhere else?
We currently don't have plans for that, but we are doing some more events within Holland. Yeah, but we're planning on doing like a new weekend festival with the camping.
When?
We want to make it next year in probably August or beginning of September. But yeah, getting a license and getting a location is like really difficult. So we've actually been working for 6 years on this location.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So every year we hope that next year is going to be it.
Good luck. Hopefully, after the 10-year anniversary, you deserve this.
To the next 10.
Yes. Alrighty. So yeah, to the next 10. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You guys stay with us. We'll be live broadcasting from Dockyard Warehouse Festival until 8 p.m. tonight. This is Ibiza Sonica. Okay, so we just interviewed one of the owners and also one of the bookers of this incredible festival called Dockyard Warehouse Festival here during ADE in Amsterdam. And right now with me I have Bram Merks.
Yes.
Correct?
Bram is nice as well.
Bram, perfect. And Kat Bailey.
Yes.
Hi guys. So respectively marketing, correct? And press?
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so I have a few questions because this has been running for 10 years. And for example, this morning Kat was telling me that press really is something new for the festival. Is that right?
Yeah, so basically it's been like a kind of a hidden secret of Amsterdam, especially during AD, which is really weird because there's so many people that come from all over the world, but it's been like a Dutch secret. And then this year Bram messaged me and was like, have a look at this, what do you think? And I was like, ooh, that looks really nice.
You were the connector.
I was the connector. I've been working with Kat before for other festivals, and actually Dockyard, the brand, exists for 10 years. But because we exist 10 years, this is the first time we decided to create a full festival for the Dockyard brand. So this is the first time we do a techno-only festival. So that's about the celebration of the past 10 years, and now we are looking ahead and seeing if we can, grow this into like a new techno brand for the next 10 years.
Oh wow! But so okay, clearly marketing people know how they're moving in space and time. There you go. How long have you been, with them, with the team?
Well, pretty short actually. I'm here since January. So this is my first edition, but this is also their first edition in this location, so we are even now, which is nice. But it was fun. Koen actually just contacted me and said, hey, I have plans. I want to grow the brand. I want to try something new. I see you have the experience. Can we join forces? And we had, I think, 10-minute conversation and we had a deal. And then I said, okay, let me call Kat, and then we get to work.
We had a 10-minute conversation and we had to do.
I think we even talked shorter.
Yeah, I think it was a WhatsApp message. Oh yeah, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in, yeah.
So we were just talking with Cohen and Rick, and they were saying that it's also because for them it all starts from the dance floor. Is it the same for you?
Oh yes, I'm a kid from the dance floor, really. Yeah, I know. This is always a tough question, right? My mom can ask the same question about, do you love this job? Do you like working at night when the rest of the world is partying? But it's the best reward to see all these people doing what you expected them to do, have the best time of their life. So everything starts on the dance floor, and that's what the experience should also be about, right? You can make it look nice, but if the dance floor doesn't work, then it's a shitty party.
And then marketing-wise, how do you make a festival stand up with with everything that is happening right now?
During ADE, that's especially really hard to stand out from the rest, but this is one of the reasons I got in touch with Kat. I think it's hard. How do you marketing for an event? It's all about building a community, showing proof of quality, and having the guts to try new stuff, because the thing we are doing here is for us completely new. It's actually quite a gamble to launch a new big capacity event during ADE, but we managed and we got people to cross the canal and come to see the warehouse, so I think we are pretty happy with how this goes.
Yeah, I think as well it's one of those things, because it's the first time that we've done it here. It's kind of getting people to come for the first time, and for me, for press, it's about, I get people excited. I'm like, you have to come. The lineup's amazing, the venue's amazing. And then when I came in this morning and I actually had a walk around and I looked at the warehouses and I looked at the stages, and I was like, ooh, they're going to love this. So for me, it's really important that everyone goes away having had the best time, and then in their reviews are like, oh my god, next year if you're in Amsterdam at AD, you have to go to Dockyard. It is the one festival that you have to go. So my job is to get excited about it, get everybody else excited about it, make sure they write about it,
and create
then,
the legacy.
Yeah, and then
come back.
It's always thinking about, okay, it's about this event, but it's about the next event and the next event, and how do you help Koen and the team grow this this festival from what is essentially a starting point, and it's an amazing starting point, and thousands of people are coming to this incredible location. But it's amazing. But the location, but the location is huge, and it can grow with the festival. So the potential for this to be absolutely immense is already there. But when you walk around and you just see the stage and the lighting and the sound systems, it's very special.
Very.
That's actually maybe one of the things that makes this also special for me or for us to work on, because usually techno is in the dark with flashing lights. It's in small hot venues, right? And this is a daytime event where we make techno visible, maybe accessible, to put in a cliche. And I like this a lot.
Yeah, we were just talking about this daylight choice, and also kind of like maybe family driven, like cool people here eating outside, taking it easy. It's techno, yet it doesn't have to be dark at night, or like, it can be like a totally refreshing and inspiring experience.
And it's ADE. You got 2 more days to go and 2 more nights to go after this. So I think this is perfect. I mean, I'm not a 20-year-old anymore, and I'm a big fan of daytime events because you get the same experience, you get the same exercise, but you go home and still have time to eat,
and sleep and rest for the day after.
Not doing ADE.
Also, it's October, so the sun goes down at 5:30, 6. So you do get the dark, the kind of the moody lighting as well. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
So, how did you create this building up to today? Like, how was your workflow? What came together? How did you arrive today? In peace.
Well, we were actually saying this morning, doing events is like eating chili peppers, right? You know it's gonna hurt,
but you do it anyway.
Yeah, and every time you're done, you're like, whoa, that felt so nice. But when can we do this again? But of course, it's always super tiring to promote a festival, work on a festival. It's ADE, so that means your festival will not be sold out 2 months before the event. So it's a hard work, but it's also nice because when the building up of the festival starts, we can see the story come to life, right? When I walk in here, I see the location and the lineup that are a complete match. And I think that's hard to find when you have 600 locations doing whatever.
I think as well, just from a kind of a marketing and PR point of view, working with the right media partners is really important. Obviously having you guys here, having the studio, having a team that's okay, we could do this, we could do that, let's reach out to these people, and having that interaction. And we have advertising that goes out of our websites, and we have the media partners who are doing interviews with the founders, or who are putting things on their social media to let people know we've done ticket competitions. So it's about using our expertise in marketing and press to kind of help the festival guys. And this is the first year that they've done press, so it's a really big learning curve for them as well. But it's about kind of steering them in the right direction and making sure that we're getting out in front of people, and that the brand is starting to get exposure and people start to recognize. So that's probably kind of what we've done.
I really love this.
Yeah.
And as a marketing guy, I will obviously say that this is the proof of what we're doing, right? I mean, I think the best thing is that we get just as excited from walking in here as the people, and I think that's, to me, even more important than having the biggest names or the best looking food court or whatever. It's everything should blend in together, and
there's a narrative there, that's for sure.
And it's too bad that we cannot take these cameras and go for a walk, but I think
we're doing some reels
this is what marketing and press is about, right? It's even more about creating the FOMO with the people who are listening now, because the people who are here know it's good.
Yeah, which is actually very true, guys. You're actually missing something. I'm seeing it unfolding in front of my eyes. We came here this morning, this incredible location, ammunition factory, transformed into a community dancey place. Is very, very inspiring. So my last question is, we are today creating the future of techno. That's what I hear, right? The next decade. Yeah. What do you think? What's the vision? What's on the horizon?
Wow, so we are predicting the future of techno here.
That's right. Making magic.
Well, one of the things, the reason why we are now have the guts to create this whole new festival that's completely dedicated to techno, I think shows proof that techno is also growing into a mature
Adulthood.
yeah, something like this. And it's really cool to see that this whole lineup has so many new names, so many upcoming talents that are so good. And I think
yet powerhouse names as well, so definitely.
Yeah, so this is like really, to me, this is like new. You either had like the big headliner techno parties, or you had the underground thing. Awakenings even started a new festival, right? One for the upcoming stuff, one for the big names. I think the best is if you blend this in, and if you do this for long enough, your junior DJs will become your next headliners. So maybe
for sure
10 years from now you will see the same lineup, but then turned upside down.
Nurturing the young generation.
And I think as well, it's not just the artists, it's the fans as well. I think there's a huge new generation of new techno fans. If you think about the hard techno sound that's massive at the minute, those kids are like now getting into techno. You know, in 10 years' time, hopefully they're still going to be here and they're going to be coming to Dockyard because the love of techno, it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Like everyone who loves techno falls in love with it and stays in love with it pretty much for a lifetime. Yeah.
It's a lifetime lover.
And the future of techno, I think, it's becoming like lifestyle, like a cliche, right? It's becoming part of identity of people. So I really think that techno will become more visible, more daytime. It's more about exploring, finding music, finding your
and less about
style.
hiding. It's
Yeah,
more about
why should it always be dark? Why shouldn't we be able to see each other? I mean, express yourself and have a good time. I think that's the best.
Totally. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure to have Bram and Kat for the marketing and also for press. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Guys, stay here. This is still Ibiza Sonica. You're listening to the Dockyard Warehouse Festival radio show from here, from Amsterdam.
Yes, let's go.